Oh, what up, world? What's up? I sit here and I'm like moving through the day and I'm being thankful for everything that we've been given, and I'm just thinking about, I don't think, I respect everyone's opinion, but I don't know if you can really appreciate the value of life without really letting it sink in the finite nature of this game we're playing. I feel like without really taking seriously the fact that this is a limited time offer, this life we're living, I think it's really hard to really lean in and press in and enjoy this beautiful opportunity we have. Everything has so much meaning when you realize that one day you won't be capable of it and it'll be taken away from you. So I talk about death and the constant ruminating and chewing on and considering and almost meditating on that reality. And some people's responses are like, oh, no, death. I don't want to think about death. I don't want to deal with that. I don't know. And I'm just like, look, man, I don't know if you're really even in this life right now conscious, if you're not comfortable with or hyper aware that every moment, like the moments that passed while you watch those few videos, you died and you can't get them back. You know what I mean? Time is God's currency. If you're not hyper aware that this beautiful experience of us hurling through the sky at a few 100,000 miles an hour, these over 100 trillion cells we have in our bodies working perfectly, allowing me to speak to you through this technology that's a modern day miracle, and all this stuff, the amount of grace and beauty and sophistication. A quick pro tip though, if you're thinking about the reality of death and it does give you chills and you're not at peace with it and you're like, I don't want to think about death, huge target indicator that you need to up your game. It's a huge target indicator that you need to get on the path, and you need to live harder every day, because no day is promised. And I think it's that way to force us, if we're willing, to be more present with every beautiful moment of this experience we have. All I'm saying is that I think it's very important, I think it's one of the most important life practices, to consider your mortality. Consider your mortality. And, I think that through considering the reality of your mortality, you can lean into the reality of every waking moment you have with so much more energy and deliberation and purposefulness, that it really can bring your life to life. The decisions you're making right now unconsciously that are leading you down a road that you don't necessarily even want to go down, the strength to redirect your ship can come from the reality that this boat ride's going to end, and you don't want to spend it doing the unconscious things that you're doing right now. I probably derive, and as I've gotten older and become more mature, I have been able to really own this more in my focal conscious mind. I've been able to talk about it, but I derive so much power from fear and so much motivation from fear that I'll let this life that I've been given be in vain. Absolutely unacceptable. Fear that the fatter, stupider, weaker version of me is going to catch up to me. Absolutely unacceptable, and then ultimately I derive so much focus and drive from death, the thought of death, the acceptance of the reality of death. It's actually a very beautiful, empowering, and freeing feeling when you live your life in a way that you can be at peace with death. If I get in a car accident while I'm making this video for you guys, my daughter's gonna grow up and be like, Dad went hard. Dad went hard in the paint. Dad, there's a couple thousand videos of him trying to give out here in the world. You know what I mean? And she can look at the fruit of my life and be like, man, and I can be at peace. As well as if I have to cash that blank check and give my life to protect a principal or an innocent bystander, because I'm not gonna let evil reign while I'm in that environment, by the grace of God. Things like that, you know what I mean? you have an edge in life when you live in a way that allows you to be at peace with death. Consider your mortality. Memento mori, right? I have it tattooed on my arm, So those are just some considerations that help me acquire power that I wanted to give to you this morning. There was something else I was going to say about it, but I think I've said enough. I think you guys get it. Think about how you're living your life so that when your time comes, you can walk away from this game we're playing here, this reality, with dignity, honor, self-respect, and you're at peace with yourselves, the decisions you've made, and your God, which for me is Jesus Christ. So that's what's on my mind this morning. And I think it's one of the things that drives me to live as fully as I can in every waking moment. And that's what I want for you too. I'll see you guys on the next piece of content. Boom! What's up, you guys? Byron Rodgers here. And if that video meant anything to you, if it inspired you, if you appreciated it, I just want to ask you to possibly support us on Patreon. I generate hundreds of videos per year and spend thousands on free content for you guys per month because it simply is a passion of mine. It's the way that I want to contribute to the world, to the best of my ability. So obviously I'm going to continue to do it, but I wouldn't be able to make it sustainable without my partners who support me on Patreon. So thank you so much if you already do. And if you haven't done that, it's, for what you pay to McDonald's per month, you could help push the mission and this work forward. So anyways, either way, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, check the link below to support me on Patreon if you're interested in that. God bless, Semper Fi, and I'll see you on the next piece of content, y'all. Boom.